Welcome back to the Workbench, where uncut, we try to make things. What we're trying to make right now is Revell's 1971 Mach 1 Mustang, and this is for the Blue Ox Model Shop's Street Machine group build. We're making pretty good progress. Where we left off last time was trying to get our ride height in the back correct. In fact, I really went back and forth quite a while on it. I had to actually make a cut in last episode because I went back and forth and so much on it. So we're not gonna have to go as low in the back as I originally thought. The front is gonna get quite a bit of tuck. Let me show down below here. The front's gonna sit about here, but in order to get a good ride height, I don't have to go as low. In other words, I don't need as much of the wheel or the tire to disappear in the back. So what I did, and you probably can see it already, I just put in a little block right here. It's just, just a simple block, drilled a hole in it so the peg would go in. And I think it's about the perfect size because now when I try to put the wheel in, and it won't actually fit in, I've got to trim the wheel down yet. But if I go to here, let me get it right there. So right there, it's sitting basically on the wheel. And then if I look at where my axle is, we've got just that little bit of tuck that we're gonna need left to go in once I trim down the inside of the wheel here. So I think, yeah, I'm looking, I don't know if you guys can see it too. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I've got, I would say 1 more millimeter that this will tuck in here further down to be on the axle. And that's actually pretty close. Let me see, is that lining up? That's it on the axle now, except it's leaned in a little bit. So I think that's gonna be right where we need it to get the stance we want. Anyways, so I think that is taken care of now. Let me go ahead and pull this out. I'll pull this out of here. It should be nice and solid, yeah. And here I can give a closer look. You can see all I did was just put a little block in. I drilled a hole in so that the peg of the axle would fit in there. But what we need to do now, let's go back up top here. Before we can actually install this is we've got to get exhaust in here. Because it's going to run underneath the axle, and I think it'll be easier to do it now. Plus, that'll give me time. I'll go ahead and paint this up and get it ready to install. But we need to get an exhaust in, and I think that's our next step. I think that's what we're going to do, in our Let's Get to Work segment, is together we'll take a look at this exhaust. So I've got all the pieces pulled out that came with the Mustang. Now, remember, this motor came out of a different kit. But I figure what we could do is use the Mustang's exhaust starting from the back and working forward. It should obviously work in the back here. I probably should, okay, I see this goes, again, I should have probably grabbed the instructions. Does it go, I don't know which one goes which side. You can see the mufflers go here. Do they go, is it this side? Oh, well, that's absolutely not right. This has to go this way. Yeah, it's probably going to go like this, I think. I think it's going to go inside. Yep, so that's right. This one will sit here. And then we know the exhaust, the tailpipes and whatnot are going to work. Because, I mean, it comes with this kit. Now, the question is, they should still, this is something I didn't even think about. They should still fit under, hopefully they still fit, I can't get that to even go in there. Hopefully they still fit under the axle. Okay, I think that's would be an easy enough fix. Where we really need to turn our concerns though is I hope, see we've got a little H-pipe segment here. I'm hoping this fits. Which way is it going to go? Probably, you know what? It's absolutely not going to fit because these run down because this had just manifolds on it. So they're obviously going to be too long, but I wonder if I can get these to meet up. Let me tuck that in like so. If I can get these to kind of meet up at the collectors there. If I can get that. Can I make, yeah, see they come down the, oh good, the lawnmowers just started outside. Hopefully that's not too loud. You can see they run down the pan here or down the floorboard and then turn north or turn towards the top of the engine bay to get to manifolds. Now we've got full length headers. So what I'll probably do, probably the easiest thing to do is just cut them where they turn and then just put in, work those pipes in to meet up with the collectors. And then I can put, I can probably put a flange on the end of them, just a flat flange to meet up right there to make the connection to the header. So I think that should be fine. Again, what I'll do, let me kind of re-explain. I'll probably cut them about right here, right before they turn, because here is on the same plane. Can we see down below? This is kind of the same plane as the header collector. So if we just came straight this way, I probably have to make a little turn. I might cut this one further back so I can make a little turn towards it. Or this one makes sense to just come here because it's got to go around the pan. This one, really, I need to just go straight back here and then meet up here. So I probably need to cut it back here somewhere and then make the turn there. Okay, that's that. We've got a game plan there. Now the next thing I do want to figure out, one is how does these, I think these are actually supposed to go in. I think these are the holes they go in. Why is, that seems kind of, let me see something. Let me move these out of the way. Really should have grabbed the instructions. I always forget to do that. I think these go in. Let me see. Where's the other tailpipe? What did I do with it? I think we've got one. Well, okay, I'm trying to figure this out because we've got 4 holes. None of them are equal. 2 of the holes are going to be for shocks, which I think is going to be that one and that one. So yeah, so I think this is going to be, I think this is going, or maybe these are our exhaust. No, because that's going to put us right up into the, they just don't want to fit in here. Is that what's going on? Let me try to see where that's going to land. Yeah, I think that's probably correct, right? Is that correct? And they just run, yeah, they run way up in there. Okay, so that is correct. That does not have much, I mean, it should be in there a little deeper. Where's our rear end here? I think it goes this way. I want to make sure our axle, because we've dropped our axle, a good bit there. I think it's going to be okay. And what I'll probably do anyways, because I don't like, yeah, we'll be okay. Okay, we're going to be okay in the back. But what I will do, because I don't like it anyways, I'm going to cut that. I'm not even going to use this mount here. I'll cut these out, and then that'll let it fall down further anyways. And then this just kind of goes, oh, how does this work? Yeah, it goes right there. So I'll probably just glue it there and then let it just hang out the back. Yeah, so I think that'll be fine out the back. So really the only work we're gonna have to do for the exhaust is just making these connections up front from the H pipe here, which is now moved on us. So what I think I will do, I'm gonna get in fact, what I should do is just go ahead and I'm gonna get these painted up. So I think next time, when we come together next time, I'm gonna have the exhaust painted up and mounted. I need to go ahead and at least get the mufflers mounted, because that's what both sides kind of mount off of. So the H-pipe segment here, that's what it's gonna have to, I'm gonna have to make meet up before I make my cuts. And then the tailpipe sections, that's what's gonna have to come off of. So I'll need it to make sure that we then make the turn underneath the drive shaft. So yeah, I will definitely get this painted up, mounted, and the tailpipe put in. Next time we get together, I'll have the rear end and the suspension painted up and mounted so that we can get our wheels. And what I think I'm going to do with the wheel, because we've also got to get our we're also going to have our disc brakes back here. So I might not actually mount this, because if you remember right, I needed to order up a smaller set of disc brakes just to make it look more appropriate instead of having the same size brakes front and back. Plus one of our calipers that came with the ones we did order, this guy here, is really, the print of it was really goofed up. So I need another caliper anyways. So I won't mount this just yet, because what I'll have to do is probably do the same thing we did up front. I'll cut the tab here. In fact, if I cut that tab, yeah, I'll probably still have to grind just a little bit of this out. But I'll have to, because if I go all the way, I might have to grind some of the inside of the, no, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, without a doubt I will, because that's going to have it way too far out. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I'll have to grind out some of this wheel on the inside, just like we did with the front wheels. That's no big deal. And then so I'm just going to get the exhaust put in. I'm going to go ahead and get this painted up and everything, so we'll have that ready to go. I'm going to get the exhaust mounted up, so tomorrow when we get together, hopefully we can finish up. I think together what we'll do is we'll build out this front section. I'll try to go ahead and get it cut, get the pieces kind of put together, and then I can kind of show you the assembly of that. I think that'll be fun to do together. So I've got a lot of work to do here before tomorrow, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, getting everything painted, mounted. I still got to get parts ordered. my parts department is falling behind, and really it's my financial department is falling behind. I had to wait till the day before I could actually start getting parts ordered up. So then we're hitting the next delivery day and all that. So it's going to be a little ways down the road, but I need to get that rolling. The old financial department, which is my wife. I had to wait till the day before I can start getting stuff ordered up. Anyways, I'll get that going. But I think we're making good headway. We're looking good. I think we've got our stance. After that, basically it's getting back to body work, and then just waiting on parts. So we'll keep moving ahead with what we can do. We'll go back to body work if we need to do that. But thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Let me know those comments down below. Let me know what you think so far. I think the exhaust is going to look good. I'm just going to leave these stock tips kind of coming out the end. I think they'll. This one will go on this side. I think they'll look pretty nice with the stock, the stock exhaust tips. I'll try to paint those up chrome, and then the rest I'll just do aluminum, like it's aluminized or whatever. I think it's the way to do it, or maybe I'll paint it stainless, like we went expensive and did some stainless pipe. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to keep up with these builds. Hey, always check down the description too if you want to get caught up. Down in the description there is a playlist. Always forget to mention too, if you want to get a discount on some good CA glue, some Starbond CA glue, there's a discount down there in the description for you. Check that out also. But thanks for joining me today. Do all those things you do. I don't know, all those things you do on YouTube. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.